What is up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Guys, we're covering a much needed topic today, and the topic is roll bars. And the reason roll bars are important is because the tracks are getting a little more strict as far as safety requirements, which they should. Safety is not something you mess around with. But if you've got a car that you really like, maybe it's a really nice car, you don't want to go cutting and welding and doing all this crazy stuff, but you still want to go to the track and have fun, or maybe you want the opportunity to change it up later on, you know, putting a roll cage, welding and all that stuff inside your car may not be for you. So we've got the alternative today. Let's check it out. All right, so the very first one, and the one we're actually installing, this one's from Team Z, and this is our first rodeo with this. This thing's actually pretty badass. It interlocks at each one of the junctions, and then you just got this little screw right here. But we've got the main hoop set up, and the hoop is apart, the rear down bars is apart, and then this bar right here bolts to your rear shock towers, so it actually kind of is like a rear shock tower brace as well. And then these are going to go through your package tray. Now, yes, you are going to have to cut a hole in your package tray to run these through, but you can also buy package trays from LMR for pretty cheap. And side note, Lee, the owner of this car that this cage is going in, didn't want to put a cage in the car. But, you know, as fast as it's going to be, he didn't really have any choice. The cool thing is these door bars, like, come completely out. Like, if you don't plan on racing the car, you can leave these in your garage or trunk or wherever, and when you get in the car, you're not crawling over a door bar. So, that makes this a pretty good option, and so far from what we've seen, this is really nice. The powder coat's nice, all the welds nice, and again, you're just bolting these in. So yeah, you are going to have to drill holes, but if you decided you wanted to take this out at some point, fill the holes, and then put the carpet back over it, and you'll never know the cage was actually in there. And then here is your front right here. Again, complete bolt in. Really nice piece. Just for mock-up's sake, I'm going to show how this works. I'll hold this.
It's going to have a pin up here in the top, so like if you wanted to just pull the pin and swing the bar out instead of climbing over it, you can do that too.
Yeah, because that's have a swing area.
Yeah.
It's tight. This cage is, like, you can see how, I mean, it's not sloppy.
Yeah.
So that's pretty, and this is low too. That's,
yeah, it's not real high.
Yeah, so even if you did decide, you know, didn't feel like pulling the pin out. But yeah, I mean, that's pretty much it. And then again, this is Team Z. This design is. I don't know pricing. I'll throw it right here on the screen as far as pricing goes on this. But overall, fairly simple. The main thing we're just going to have to do is pull the seats. You're going to have to pull the carpet back. You are going to have to trim the carpet, but not horrible. Real quick, I wanted to show you the other one. This is the Maximum Motorsport, and this is also, as you can see down there, a bolt-in kit. And it's a slightly different design as far as like the down bars go. Those go in a different area, and I don't have a door handle on this side, so actually, but yeah, slightly different design as far as where that hits on the rear. But I mean, really and truly, this car being mini tubbed, it's also a little different, but I mean, really and truly, they're very similar in design. And you can see the pins up there. You just pull those out and you can swing the bars. Move this one. This bar looks to be a hair higher, but overall pretty similar in design. Again, this is from Maximum Motorsport, and I'll put the price right here on the screen so you can see. But again, no welding, very minimal drilling and trimming of like your carpet and stuff like that, and you can be safe at the track, meet the safety standards, go fast. And if you ever decided you wanted to take it out, not too bad of a job. All right, guys, so here is another very good point. And as far as why these cages are relevant. So let's talk about it. If you're actually doing a full roll cage, now if your car's like Dover's over here and it's completely gutted, hey, no big deal. Cut, weld, you know, whatever you want to do. And then obviously once the cage is done, you got to paint. If your car is gutted, sure, no problem. And I mean gutted, like no headliner, no nothing. That's fine. However, if you've got a car like Lee's over here, full interior, headliner, all the glass is in it, all of that. So you're gonna have to basically remove everything, cover, you know, what you leave, which probably the dash, stuff like that, and then you're going to be cutting and welding and painting in here. So the chances of getting, you know, paint, overspray, welding, slag, stuff like that on some of your interior glass, stuff like that, there's a good possibility of that. So you got to be really careful. So just another thing to think about, if you are really needing a cage, and you're going to go the full-on cage route, you're going to have to gut the interior completely, and you're going to have to be very careful not to get paint overspray and welding slag on the interior parts and the glass that you don't take out. So just another good argument for a bolt-in cage. All right, guys, don't get too terrified, but yeah, pretty much got everything in. Now, here's the deal. This car had a cage in a prior life, and the plates are still there, and it's been dynamatted. So we had to do quite a bit of massaging to get the hoop in. Now, if your car's never had a cage in there, you're fine. But this one obviously did, so we did have to take the headliner out and cut some of the dynamat away down here. But overall, she's in. Looks really good. Getting the down bar hooked up back here, but I'll take you over here to the package tray. See a nice cut right there. Just runs right through there. And then obviously right here, you're gonna have to trim. Basically, just lay your carpet down and then make you a nice little slit and then work from there. And then same with this one up here. You'll have to just kind of trim around that. The way these work is there's a plate that goes underneath it, and you sandwich it between there, much like you would do with a torque box reinforcement. But overall, I mean, it's very tight. Like it hugs the curves of the car really well, so gives you maximum room on the inside, and it looks good. It really does. It looks good, fits good.
Push down a little bit. Once you get one side, I'll hold it for the other one.
The back, yeah, it's been had to do quite a bit of trimming to make it sit down exactly where it's supposed to be. But all the tolerances and the way cars flex and everything else is gonna be different for each car. So plan on doing a little bit of cutting and grinding. But you can see we're hooking up this back line here, and it's already bolted down to the strut towers, so not too bad at all. Another quick look over here. It's not 100% in place, but it's really tight. Fits really nice and tight up to the lines of the car. It's not bad at all, and obviously super solid. Safety done. Tech guy at the track won't give you any crap. And the cool thing is, pull the door bars out unless you're at track. All right, boys. So there you go. Bolt-in roll cage. It's definitely a thing. It's definitely a viable option. I would allow yourself minimum a day for install. Once everything's actually physically in, then the tedious process of trimming on the carpet, putting all your sill plates and all that stuff back in, which that's going to be time consuming. Yeah, I mean, it's just like anything else. You know, some of the stuff you might have to massage a little bit, do a little grinding, a little trimming, a little fitting. Just that's cars, part of it. So safety handled. Again, tech guys at the track aren't going to give you a hard time. And if you ever want to take it out, you know, you decide to put the car back stock, or you want to sell it, or you sell it and the new owner wants to take it out, you have that option. So pretty good deal. And again, not overly expensive either, and about a day's worth of work, you're good to go. So If you enjoyed this video, if you got some value out of it, please give me a big thumbs up. Make sure you smash that subscribe button. We'll catch you on the next one.